the best games in the first half of 2023 and the worst. Let's go. It's been quite a good year for gaming so far. First half is done, we're entering the second half of 2023 with a lot of good upcoming games like Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Silksong, and many more. So I decided to make one retrospective video of the best games in the first half of 2023 and to pick a winner as well as the worst game in the first half of 2023. Games I enjoyed the most so far during 2023. So let's begin. There are games, of course, like Harry Potter or whatever the name of the game is, Forspoken, and some other brainwashing AAA titles that I just refuse to include in this list. Also, there are broken games like The Last of Us that were literally unfinished and unplayable on their release dates. Complete failures. This year, 2023, is actually plagued with unfinished, especially AA's and AAA's, or better to say, unoptimized garbage everywhere. Only games with the actual gameplay are on my list here. There are, of course, games that I still need to play and test that might be worth it, like Age of Wonders 4, War Tales, Hi-Fi Rush, Inculinati. Some of them I tested for a few hours and some are still on my waiting list. Don't get upset if I missed some of the games you actually liked or played. I picked my games by hunch, 30 plus years old hunch of experience in gaming. A lot of games and so little time. My taste for games changed drastically in previous 30 plus years. All I search for now is bang for my buck, innovation and the actual gameplay. I'm sick of stories, agendas and other crap from AAA games. Give me gameplay, give me challenge, make me think about my next move in the game and when I'm not playing it. That's very rare these days and that's my point of view for video games. So let's start from the biggest failure that I played in 2023. The Bleak Fate Forsaken. Dear God, it's not the worst game that I played in the first half of 2023. It's easily in top 5 worst games ever created. Souls-like abominance, in short. On the second spot is Wolong. Far better than Bleak Fate, but still a huge disappointment. It's literally Neo in China. Another Souls-like, by the way, with no soul. Parody on Souls-like, the most stupid and most hilarious story ever in a Souls-like. Bad Neo copycat. And the third spot is shared between The Night Witch, 9 Years of Shadows, Redemption Reapers, Returnal, a very overrated roguelite for consoles, extremely small Metroidvania called Elderand, and from the creators of Rayman Legends, a very disappointing roguelite. Have a nice death. All of the games that I mentioned are Metroidvanias and roguelites. I could easily live well without playing a single minute in those games. Now we come to the biggest and most pleasant surprise in 2023. The Last Spell, followed closely by The Last Case of Benedict Fox. The first one would be a masterpiece roguelite and the second one would be a very good, innovative Metroidvania, or should I say puzzle platforming Metroidvania, with 40% of its gameplay focused on the actual puzzles. And those two are followed by yet another great surprise with Aeterna Noctis DLC, the only DLC on my list for the first half of 2023. The Pit of the Damned, where the game changed drastically, it's optimized, it's a 100 hours long Metroidvania, and in my personal opinion, probably the best Metroidvania ever created. And what's even better, it received Pit of the Damned DLC that's free, okay? a free DLC, free game in 2023. On sale right now, 100 hours long, Aeterna Noctis is only 13 bucks. That's a steal. The giants and really good games in the first half of 2023, and one of them would be Dead Space Remake. What is there to say about a legendary game that's nearly 15 years old? It received a full graphic overhaul. The game is just one of the best survival horrors, third-person survival horrors ever created, and this remake does it justice. It's a really good game. Overhaul of a masterpiece. The next one would be Atomic Heart. Brilliant game. BioShock, a true BioShock successor in Soviet Russia. Atomic Heart is just a marvel. Phenomenal music, funny story, intriguing story, a room for the DLC, quite a long game also for a shock-like. Truth to be told, I had a blast playing this one. Speaking about having a blast, the last in line for the giant games in this 2023 would be Resident Evil 4 Remake. It ain't a horror survival, this is a pure third-person shooter that just holds the name Resident Evil, but it's a brilliant shooter. Really good one. You can tell where Souls-likes got their inspiration from. It's definitely from Resident Evil 4 combined with Prince of Persia Warrior Within. Map design, challenge, difficulty, everything is there in Resident Evil 4. It's also one of the longest Resident Evil games in the franchise. On top of it all, it's a brilliant game. A AAA that actually didn't drop a ball in this 2023 in its first half. And now we're left with Diablo 4 and Diablo 3 as a huge time consuming games. Season 28 in Diablo 3 brought the new Altar of Rites upgrades and made the game fun again after 10 years with its endgame content, where I spent around 50 plus hours or so playing it, and of course beta for Diablo 4, where I spent around 60 plus hours playing all classes, maxing out all classes in the game. Very promising title. Diablo 4, probably the most hyped title in the last few years, also because the entire world is speaking only about Diablo 4 right now. Let's hope it's gonna live to the hype. Beta was very solid, and that's why I can add this one into the first half of 2023 as the games I've spent the most time in. And the winner for the first half of 2023 would be Darkest Dungeon 2. It's probably the best roguelike that I played in my life, and I played them all. The best roguelike, I repeat, not a roguelite, a roguelike. There's a huge difference. It gave me 500 hours plus of pure gameplay, respecting my time and giving me challenge that's lacking more and more as years go by and games get dumber and dumber. Thank God Darkest Dungeon 2 exists. Pure masterpiece, innovative, brave move from devs to create something new and fresh. Now, will it be the game of the year? It could happen. Baldur's Gate 3 and Diablo 4 are around the corner as the main competition. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.